Hey, what it do? It's your boy Jacoby Jules, and today I want to show you around my shop. I want to show you all the equipment I use to manufacture jewelry, all the everything from cleaning to polishing to casting and melting the gold, silver, whatever it is. You better learn today, so stay tuned. Let's get it. What it do? So here we got the jewelry desk. This is, I call this the hardcore desk, because this is where you do all your sawing, your filing, your soldering, your all the stuff that involves the rough parts of making jewelry. You know what I'm saying? So this is where it goes down. This is the mother load. You feel me? So if you go to somewhere and they got a jewelry desk and they don't got no marks on their wooden pin, they cap it. They just placing their orders in India. This is my diamond setting table. This is where I set all my diamonds, my stones. It don't matter what it is, a ring. We setting some grills. Actually, right now, I'm gonna show you. We got some gold grills right now that we're setting some diamonds on, 1mm diamonds. And we use the top equipment. I can't tell you what or who manufactures, because they don't sponsor me. They ain't cut the check. The day they cut the check, I'ma tell you who do it, who does it. You know what I'm saying? I'ma tell you all the names of this equipment, because y'all gonna peep that I cover all the names of stuff. So I got the microscope. I got the arm that stretches out to let me, adjust to my positions. We got all the burrs, we got all the beading tools, we got the compressors, we got the air systems. Over here I got a flat screen TV, cause your boy bougie. You know what I'm saying? I might want to watch a movie. I might want to watch, you know what I'm saying? Want to watch a game, you feel me? Like, your boy need to focus, relax. Like, life isn't just about stressing over the jewelry. It's also about enjoying yourself. So, you know what I'm saying? We play some movie, a little popcorn, we enjoy ourselves. So, this is a whole table to its own. This how you know what I'm saying? This is it. So over here we got the scales. We got the big scale to be able to get the weight for the gold, silver, stuff where you got bulk. You need a lot of, you know what I'm saying? We need the weight. Over there we got the small one to be able to measure the weight for small gems. That closes down so you'll be able to get the weight of it without the air affecting the weight of it. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you'll blow on it, it'll be more heavy. So you close it off and you're able to get the accurate weight. This is the scales. That's how we guarantee you get that most accurate scales and the accurate measurement on your carats of gold every time you purchase from Jacoby Jules. So over here we got the vault, the power, the strength, what keeps us safe as jewelers. This is the heart of the jewelry company, and not the heart, but this is what takes care of us. It protects us. Any piece we make, we put it in there. Any gold we got, we put it in there. It saves your gold, your silver, you protect it, because if you already know that there's people in this world that ride around loving people's stuff, yo man, you gotta protect yourself. Get yourself a vault. Make sure you stay look. Quality, baby. You feel what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You feel me? I'm trying to tell ya. So, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You might not need a bigger one like this. Me, I do, because, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stuff I put in there. You might need something smaller, but you need a safe, you need a vault. You need to invest in this as a jeweler, because you need to protect your stuff. What to do? So this is the wax injector, and this is what you use to inject wax to make more molds, to make more pieces of a piece. One of the things that I noticed is you don't really need a big one, an industrial one, that you just with the small one, just with one fill you can get over 100 pieces. If it's rings, you'll get over 200 rings. One of the things that you need for this is a air compressor, because you use compressed air to be able to push the wax into the mold. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Mexican, so we're a little bit ingenuity in this. So I use the foot pump. So you pump, and then it pumps it up and it creates the pressure needed, and It works. It works perfectly fine. There, you know, I saved $500. I just spent like, it was under $20. So you know, that's what this jewelry is about. Also, you finding a solution to a problem that doesn't involve you having to go buy some technological stuff. Because you got to keep in mind, jewelry was made back then when they didn't have this equipment. So how do they do it? So you can't let something as small as a little air pump stop you. You know, you got to just find a way. So right here we got the Vulcanizer. This is the machine we use to be able to make rubber molds, to be able to replicate or make a mold out of any piece you can imagine. This is what we use. It uses 2 steel plates that heat up and it compresses. You spin it and you tighten it up, and the rubber, when it heats up, it expands and then solidifies by creating the mold with the heat. And this is, you know, this is very necessary when you have a jewelry factory. Without this, you don't have a jewelry factory. This is very needed. You know, you need to be able to make your molds. You need to be able to work like that. So definitely something that's for sure needed. So here we got the tumbler. This is for what you use to, after you get a piece, to be able to get a pre-polish on it, to be able to get some stuff that you couldn't get regularly into. You're gonna be able to get in there with this. This is one of those things that you don't really need it, but it helps you a lot. It makes you get stuff, detailed things that you wouldn't be able to. So, you know, it's definitely one of those things you want to have in a jewelry factory. So this is the polishing table. This is an essential for a jewelry factory. Every piece that is manufactured by Jacoby Jewels has to go through the polishing. We do not give out any jewelry without being polished. It's one of those things that I believe in. One of the things special about Jacoby Jewels is that we do a 3-step polishing process. So that means that we use 3 different compounds, 3 different processes. We clean 3 different times before we even give the final cleaning step. So that ensures that you don't have any scratches, micro scratches, anything at all in your piece. One of those things that we developed, that technique, was from creating gold grills. Gold grills are one of those things that is a very fine detail, and you want to give the mirror finish. By you allowing to give that mirror finish, people are very happy with it. They love that finish. So for us to do that, you need to do a 3-step process. It takes time, but at the end of the day, the client loves it, and that's all Jacoby Jewels is trying to do. So once you're done polishing, your jewelry piece is always going to have a lot of grease from the polishing compounds that are used to be able to get it to the finish that we desire. One of the things that we use to be able to clean that up is the ultrasonic cleaner. That uses ultrasonic vibrations combined with the liquid that allows us to get all that goo, get all that grease, and tear it apart and clean the piece. Once we gotta get down to those little cricks and crannies between edges and stuff like that, we use the steam machine. This is the steam machine, and it uses compressed steam to be able to blow all the grease out of wherever it's piled up, to be able to get into tight pieces, or, you know what I'm saying, just trying to give it a final finish. It always has to go through these 2 last things. It always has to go through the steam machine. That ensures that we get all the grease and give you a nice piece that is worth of Jacoby Jewels. So this is the gold plating area. This is the area that we use to be able to gold plate, rhodium plate, black rhodium plate, any type of plating. This is the area. It's a little bit messy because we've been working this week. We've been working today, so there's a couple things going on, but this is the area we use for plating. One of the things is this is the pickle pot. So once we're done soldering, we use these. This is the nitric acid that allows you to clean the piece and allows you to get all the tarnishment from soldering off. So over here we got the oven. This is the heart of a jewelry factory. Without the oven, you're not casting nothing, you're not doing nothing, you're not doing anything, no enamel, nothing. You need the oven. Without the oven, you can't do nothing. So this is the beauty. So we got the best in the game. This is the best automatic. It's the baby. So, you know, you definitely need an oven in a jewelry factory. So over here we got the centrifugal casting. This is the casting machine I use for making the gold grills, for making all the detailed stuff that you make by hand, and you want to make sure you get it right the first time. The issue with vacuum casting is that you're gonna mess up, bro. There's gonna be a particular spot in a particular place that it didn't suck right and it didn't pull the gold or the metal. So this is the appropriate way. It uses by the force of spinning. It spins so fast that it pushes all the gold and all the silver into the mold, and it fills it all up, and that's how you get an accurate feel for it. We don't rely on the suction, we rely on natural forces of gravity. You feel me? This is some scientific stuff. So right here we got the area for melting, for cooking up, I like to call it. So this is the area you melt all the gold, you mix up the carats, all the melting goes here. This is a furnace, so basically this is what you use to be able to melt gold, silver, but a lot of it. This is up to 3 kilos, so it's like 2 pounds and something, so it's a lot of weight. This is a vacuum casting, so this allows you to cast using suction, but this is only used when I do mass production. So when we do mass production, we use this, but basically we need a lot of silver, a lot of gold, a lot of metal. So we melt up 3 kilos, melt up as much as we need, and it's right here ready to go, boom. So this is right here, the little cook-up area. So over here we got the milling machine. So this is what we use to be able to make the lingot bar that we get out of melting, to be able to make it flat, to be able to make a sheet. And this is the side we do to be able to make a wire, a cable, to be able to make the Cuban links. This is the first process that you need to do. I used to have the handheld before I, invested my money in getting the industrial one. This saved my life. It allows me to work faster. It allows me to work better. It allows me to do better and bigger things. It's definitely a must-have. Well, it's not a must-have, but once you got money, once you're in the jewelry business, and this is what you're doing as a profession, you need this. This is what you're doing. So it's a definitely must-have for a jewelry factory. So here we got the drawing table. Basically, I call this the horse because it's strong, sturdy, it's huge. And basically this is what we use to be able to make the cable that we get from the milling machine to give it the round, to give it the shape that we desire. We use these drawing plates. And we use these drawing plates to give it the round shape, to give it the gauge, if I want square, triangle, whatever you design. We put the cable here, and we use these pliers and turn it, basically turn it. And by turning it, the pressure that you use to pull creates the pliers to close, and it pulls it and it gives it the whole shape you desire. So this is one of those things that you don't really need in the shop, but once you have it, it's one of those things that you thank God so much that you bought. Back in the day, we would have to pull it in the vise. I had one that you'd have to wind a big cable. So this came to save the day for sure. It was one of those things that once I got money, I invested my money into this. That's one of the only things I do is invest my money into the jewelry store, to the jewelry equipment, and that's it. This is the fast-80 machine. So basically, these are what we use to cut our gems, to be able to get the gem from the mine and cut it to the specific things you want. We in Jacoby Jewels make sure that you get stuff that not a lot of people got, if anyone. So we do one-of-a-kind custom pieces here at Jacoby Jewels, and for us to be able to ensure that, we have to cut our own gems. Because sometimes we might get a ruby from the mine that's redder than what you're used to seeing other people have. So we cut it ourselves, we get amethyst, we cut it ourselves. You might want something that no one has, a cut that no one has. We can do that here at Jacoby Jewels. It's something that we take pride on, and it's something that has pushed the company to keep going forward. And it's one of those things that it just fills my heart with pleasure to know that we cut our own gems. I do, so it's one of those things that, it fills me with joy. Another thing for you to see that, we're very committed into making one-of-a-kind pieces here at Jacoby Jewels is we carry a fantasy machine as well. So that allows us to do concave fast 80. So there's just more, custom pieces, imagine a gem cut like a little, like a flower, stuff like that. It allows you to do things like that, and, it's one of those things that It's pushing the company forward always. You know, that's one of the things that Jacoby Jewels aspires as a company, is to push forward. So, you know, this is one of those things. So there we have it. The whole shop. Y'all saw what I got going on. Y'all saw what I'm cooking up with. Y'all saw how I'm rolling. I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me on this episode. I would appreciate if you could subscribe, hit that notification button, and you know what I'm saying, tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your friends to come watch the videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell them to see how the jewelry's made. We gonna flow, we gonna ride. So I appreciate y'all. Until the next one.